This is a pure spec battle pitting the reimagined Nissan LEAF against the futuristic Kia EV4, kicking off with the Nissan holding a slight edge in raw horsepower. Both of these hatchbacks send power exclusively to the front wheels, but the LEAF delivers a significantly punchier 355 Nm of torque compared to the EV4. Off the line, that extra twist barely matters, as both cars sprint from 0 to 100 km/h in incredibly similar times, hovering right around the mid-7-second mark. Pushing the limits on the open road, the EV4 manages to squeeze out a slightly higher top speed before hitting the electronic limiter. Equipped with standard heat pumps for efficiency, they are practically tied on paper, with both claiming well over 600 km of rated range. However, real-world estimates paint a different picture, where the EV4 stretches its legs to deliver notably more usable distance between charging stops. Officially, the Nissan proves to be the more frugal option, demanding fewer kilowatt-hours per 100 km on the standardized test cycle. Interestingly, those roles reverse in estimated mixed driving conditions, with the Kia proving to be the more efficient cruiser overall. While standard cargo room is nearly identical, folding the rear seats flat gives the EV4 a massive practicality advantage, swallowing 1,415 liters of gear. Don't expect to store any charging cables up front, as FRUNK space data is not available for either of these models. Towing capability remains incredibly similar, though the Kia edges ahead ever so slightly when pulling a braked trailer. Strapping a cargo box to the roof yields a nearly identical rating, with the EV4 handling just a tiny bit more weight. The Kia packs a slightly larger battery, and while both offer vehicle-to-load capabilities, only the EV4 has announced future support for vehicle-to-home and grid integration, as this data is currently not available for the LEAF. Nissan holds the advantage at public fast chargers with a higher peak DC input, but the Kia fights back by offering an optional 22 kW AC upgrade, a feature that is entirely unavailable for the LEAF. Despite the peak power differences, real-world fast charging times to 80% are virtually identical, though the EV4's optional AC charger can slash home charging sessions drastically. Maintaining the charging curve yields incredibly similar average speeds for both vehicles during a typical rapid charging stop. Carrying fewer cells helps keep the EV4 lighter on the scales, coming in comfortably under the 2-ton mark, while the Nissan carries a bit more bulk. Peace of mind differs wildly here, because while the LEAF provides an 8-year or 160,000 km battery warranty paired with a much shorter 3-year or 100,000 km general warranty, Kia offers a comprehensive 7-year or 150,000 km package covering both the general vehicle and the battery equally. Crash test performance remains a mystery for now, as official Euro NCAP safety ratings are not available for either of these fresh models. Looking at the financials, the Nissan LEAF undercuts its rival in Germany at €41,200 and offers an extremely competitive entry price of $31,535 in the United States, whereas the Kia EV4 demands a higher premium across European markets like the United Kingdom and is currently not available in the United States market. Evaluating the overall package, the Kia takes a noticeable lead across nearly all subjective categories, offering superior design, tech, and comfort compared to the Nissan. Choosing between them really comes down to prioritizing Nissan's proven heritage and competitive pricing against Kia's striking modern design and massive cargo flexibility. Looking at them head-on reveals completely different proportions, as the Kia EV4 sits 65 mm lower to the ground but stretches 50 mm wider than the Nissan LEAF. From the profile, the Kia commands more presence on the street, measuring exactly 80 mm longer overall. Viewing them from behind emphasizes the EV4's more aggressive, planted stance, being 50 mm wider across the rear track. Stepping into the driver's seat, the Korean Challenger opts for a minimalist, ultra-modern screen layout, contrasting with the Japanese crossover's slightly more traditional, button-friendly approach to the dashboard. Moving to the back seats, both offer ample headroom and comfortable materials, making them highly capable daily drivers for passengers. Which approach to the next generation of electric driving wins your vote? Tallying up every single metric leaves the Kia EV4 taking the definitive win with a stellar 9.6 out of 10, leaving the Nissan LEAF closely behind at a respectable 9.1 out of 10. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other spec battles to find your perfect electric ride.